Hi, one and all. I welcome back to the Professional Knowledge Decode series of IBPS AFO exam. In this video, we are going to see episode number 2, that is agronomy. So, in the last video, we have completely decoded and have given the knowledge and ideology behind the subject animal husbandry, right? So, if you haven't watched it, I kindly request you to watch that video first. And today, we are going to see episode number 2, that is agronomy. This is the second highest weighted syllabus or weighted subject in the entire IBPS A4 syllabus. Here, the reason is that why it got that much attention means that across 12 years of question papers from 2013 to 2025, this subject has produced 67 questions. So that makes the subject most, second most tested subject in the entire IBPS AFO syllabus, right after the animal husbandry. Okay. And there is a one thing that makes this subject different from animal husbandry. Animal husbandry, like where you will study like breed names, flow space, some memory based names and facts and all you could study, right? In that syllabus, in that subject. But when it comes to agronomy, this is something else. The concept based or terminology based things will be there. It is more applied subject. Okay. So in this video, I'm going to teach 6 high priority subtopics and 6 medium priority subtopics and the last time revision topics and all. And my prediction has also been given here, based on certain prediction. Okay. What is most likely to be appeared in the 2026 paper along with the exam angle behind every single topic. Okay, so let's move into the subject. And let's put this subject in context with 3 numbers. Here, as I have already discussed, 67 questions were asked so far from 2013 to 2025 across 12 years. Okay, so 11 percentage of entire question paper. This makes the 11% of entire question paper. Imagine. Okay, the weightage is more, right? And 25 plus distinct subtopics which have been tested at least once here. So this number is very important because imagine 25 plus subtopics were tested, but only 67 questions to go around from these subtopics alone. So statistically speaking, every ninth or 10th question in your paper is going to come from this subject, that is agronomy, and it could come from almost anywhere within the subject, right? Okay, let's look at the frequency breakdown uh, from 2013 to 2025 data prediction. So here, cropping system intensity, weed management, herbicides, irrigations and critical stages, fertilizers and biofertilizers or your top scorers. Okay. So far from the previous questions, 5 questions from each subtopics have been asked. So this is your top scorer area. Like you should pay attention more on these subtopics first. Okay, on these 4 topics first. And each contributing 5 questions. So far they have asked. Next comes crop classification, sugarcane and tillage. That is a special practices, tillage and conservation, agree. Then from this area, like there were 4 questions. Okay, so this is the high priority. This may be the medium priority and all. Next comes wheat production, rice or paddy cultivation, precision or and sustainable farming. So from this area, three each 3 questions from each subtopics were asked. Okay. So here is the key coaching point. Here is the key breakdown, right? I want to tell you. So please take a screenshot or save it. And let's see more details about this, about each subtopics. And initially we start with high priority questions. And here the 3 topics have given. These first three topics alone account for 15 questions. So roughly, 18% of everything agronomy has ever asked. So for 15 questions have been asked from this subtopics alone, which makes 18%. Okay, from the total questions. Okay, right. So you should master these three subtopics first. First one is cropping system and intensity. This is very important. So for five questions have been asked from this subtopic from 2013 to 2025. So here mostly, they ask definition based or, calculation like calculation based questions. Cropping intensity, which is calculated as gross cropped area divided by net sown area, that is multiplied by 100. Okay, so write this formula down because this is the single most repeated question asked in the topic. Okay, so this is the repeated one. They may ask repeated question. You can expect. And also now you should understand the different cropping systems that can also be having the possibility to be asked. Okay. So what is relay cropping? What is mixed cropping? What is contingency cropping? That is also very important. The definition based question. Relay cropping, which is nothing but sowing the next crop before the current crop is harvested. Right? That is called relay cropping. Next, mixed cropping means that seeds are mixed together with no defined rows. Okay. So that defines the mixed cropping. Next, contingency cropping is your alternative crop, which is used when the rainfall has failed or, the season is late. So from the IBPS angle, the cropping intensity formula is the most tested fact in this topic. And the contingency cropping, which was specifically appeared in 2025 IBPS AFO exam. You can expect. Okay. You can expect this question to be asked in 2026 also. So they love testing the difference between the definitions, be different, relate, mixed, and also please be precise with your definitions, not just your vocabulary. Okay. They love asking the questions from this area. So please be ready to pick the correct one. Okay. So here the different types, that is very important. And also you should know the higher intensity. If the cropping intensity is high means there is a better land use. The land is used in the efficient way or in the better way. And also it shows how many times your field is cropped in a year. And the number 2 subtopic is weed management and herbicide. And from these 5 questions were asked, like from 2013 to 2025, this is having the rising trend. You can expect the questions from this area in 2026. Okay. And you must know what is Phalaris minor. This is the, major weed of wheat found in North India. Phalaris minor. And 2,4-D, which is the, selective broadleaf herbicide. And now here is the trap. 2,4-D is also used as the plant growth regulator, that is PGR. So this is having the dual role. So this is exactly the kind of question the exams where you could expect. So don't file 2,4-D under just one category. This is having the dual role of selective herbicide as well as the serving as the PGR, that is plant growth regulator. Okay. And smoother crops. What is smoother crop means that a crop which is grown specifically to suppress the weeds with the dense canopy means that if you are growing this crop, it will grow fast, right, and form a thick and dense canopy so that it could block the sunlight from reaching the ground, so that the weeds will not able to germinate or grow due to a lack of light and competition of nutrients and all. Okay, so that is called smoother crops. This is very important, and this will come under the natural cultural weed control method. Okay, so in simple, like in nutshell, we can tell like it helps to suppress the weeds. That's it. And what about retting? Retting means water or dew exposure process. Okay, water or dew exposure for jute fiber extraction. It is mainly used for the fiber crops like jute and flax. So here the harvested stems are soaked in the water or exposed to dew so that microbes break down the pectin which binds the fiber to stem, right? So after 10 to 20 days, the fibers can be easily separated. So that the process is known as retting. Okay. Okay. And also learn your 4 weed control strategies. What they are? Yeah. It has a medical, chemical control, cultural control, and mechanical, then biological. Chemical control means through your herbicides like a 2,4-D and all. It can be the weeds can be completely suppressed, and cultural means through the smoother crops with the dense crop and all. It can be made possible. And next comes the mechanical control through weeding, tillage, and all. It could be possible. Next comes the biological control using the natural enemies of the weeds. So the weed killers will be there, right? So in entomology, you may be knowing about the weed killers, psychogramma and all that could, you know, uh, eat the parthenium. So like that, there is some examples for there for the biological compound. Okay, using those natural enemies, we can suppress the weed. So that comes the biological compound. So key point here is the integrated weed management, which means they combines all the control methods which gives the maximum control with the minimum cost. Okay, so you should master on the weed management and herbicide. Next comes number 3 subtopic is on irrigation methods and critical stages. Okay, so memorize the efficiency figures. Here, the efficiency based questions you can expect from this topic. Okay, 5 questions have been asked from this subtopic, like from each subtopic, five questions. Totally 15 questions were asked from 2013 to 2025 question paper as far as we have decoded. Okay, so here comes the efficiency data. Drip irrigation is 85 to 90% efficient, and sprinkler is around 75%, and flood irrigation is the least efficient, around 60%. Okay, so the 90% for drip is the direct and repeated question, which is very important. Okay, this is the tested repeated question. This is close to guarantee question. This drip irrigation efficiency 90%. Then learn your critical growth stages by crop. Each crop you should know the critical stage. Which stage is the critical growth stage? You should know. When it comes to groundnut, so for a groundnut, the critical stage is flowering and pig development. For wheat, it is the crown root initiation stage, which triggers the first irrigation, right? And for maize, it is the tasseling and silking. This is the critical stage. So my advice is that try to build, table. Try to make a table for the comparison, which stage is a critical for each crop. And also you can make a table for the efficiency based costing also, so that you can easily compare and study. Okay, because IBPS exam, like uh, from this exam, like they ask minimum of you know 1 or 2 questions from this critical irrigation stages can be asked in almost every single year, which is very important. Right irrigation at the right stage, that is also very important, so that it gives the higher yield and better water use efficiency. So far we have given the strategy for this high priority part 1. Now we are moving on to the high priority topic part 2. And here comes the part 2 of high priority topics. Here 3 more subtopics were given, which adds another 13 question, about 15% of the agronomy subject. Okay. And combined with the previous slide, there are around 6 subtopics, right? Which come under the high priority topics. So you should master these 6 subtopics first. This is genuinely, high leverage preparation. Okay. Number 4 subtopic is on fertilizers, menus, and biofertilizer. 5 questions from this part, and crop classification and commercial crop, sugarcane and special crop. From these 2 subtopics, 4 questions from each subtopics have asked. Okay, from the previous year questions as we have decoded. Okay, fine. When it comes to fertilizers, manure, and bio fertilizer, here the current affairs tail fact question is asked. So the standard urea bag size was reduced from 50 to 45 kg. Okay, this is the 2022 government policy change that has already been asked. Okay, according to 2022 previous year question paper. Government pay based on the government policy. This 50 from 50 to 45 kg has been reduced. Okay, and this tells you very important. IBPS is increasingly testing the policy updates, not just the statistical based agricultural fact. They should also keep an eye on the recent fertilizer policy news going on. So that can be expected in 2026. Okay. And when it comes to CAN, the next one. CAN means calcium ammonium nitrate. This is the 26% nitrogen. This is having 26% nitrogen with a neutral soil reaction. And no, like your 4 biofertilizer called that is VAM, right? VAM, which enhances the phosphorus uptake. VAM means vesicular arbuscular mycorrhiza, right? And also the rhizobium, which is very important. Rhizobium fixes the nitrogen in legumes. So these 4 are very important. VAM enhances the phosphorus uptake, and rhizobium fixes nitrogen fixation in legumes, and acetobacter, which fixes the nitrogen in non-legumes. So rhizobium and all you can see in the legumes. Okay, and non-legumes where the acetobacter will be existing. Okay, and blue-green algae, which fixes the nitrogen specifically in paddy field. Okay, and also remember the organic carbon to carbon matter conversion factor, which is very important. Organic carbon to organic matter conversion factor is 1.724. This numerical value is important. Okay, when it comes to the IBPS angle side, like urea bag question, this question is appeared in 2022 based on the policy update. Okay, this is an important trend, rising trend is going on nowadays, now recently. So you can expect this kind of questions in 2026 also. And rock phosphate plus acetic soil, this is also the repeat combination. Okay, and BAM, as I have already discussed, the biofertilizer which replaces the phosphorus fertilizer. Okay, since it helps to enhancing the phosphorus uptake. Next comes the 5th subtopic is crop classification and commercial crop. This is pure recall. So drill it until it is automatic. Okay, so here the white gold is very important. White gold is cotton, golden fiber, which is jute, and small trap to watch for wheat, mustard, pea, lentil, or all rabi crops. Not kharif crops. This is where you should be so aware of. So rabi crops of wheat, mustard, pea, lentil, and you should know what are all the kharif crop, what are all the rabi crops. So don't let a question about which of these is not a kharif crop. So everything is the rabi, okay, not a kharif. So this is important. Then there is C3 versus C4 classification important. This both appeared in 2014 and 2022 also. So you must know the difference between these two. Okay. So here the C4 plants are maize, or sugarcane, sorghum. These are efficient under high temperature and light, under high photosynthesis, right? And when it comes to C3 plants, that includes wheat, rice, soybean, actually experience photorespiration and are comparatively less efficient. Okay. So this kind of questions were appeared in 2014 and it was resurfaced in 2022 also. So it can be asked in your 2026 upcoming exam also, we can expect. So here the solid difference is given. Efficient in high temperature and light, and this is highly affected by photorespiration. This is comparatively very less efficient. Okay, the key point from this subtopic is you should learn the crop classification, basis, and the common commercial crop. Okay, so this classification and the other names for the um, important crop and what are all the kharif and rabi season crop and all you should be thorough about that. Okay, next comes sugarcane and special crop practices. Sugarcane ripening is indicated by TSSs, total soluble solids or bricks value. So that is about 18 to 20% TSS. Okay, so mainly the ripening is indicated by 18 to 20% TSS. Okay, if it is below that means that it is underripe. Above that means that will be overripe. Okay, and ratooning also very important. So ratooning means growing a new crop from the stubble of previous one. Okay, this was tested in 2021. So 2026 return is highly likely given the gap, like you can expect. So this can be returning for 2026 also. You can expect that the certainty, like the possibility will be more. And also you should know what is the flat planting, puddling and all. Flat planting, flat planting means that the seeds or crops are sown on the flat or leveled land surface without making ridges. So this is most common in North India plains at all. There you can see this kind of pattern. Next comes the puddling. Puddling, ploughing, that is very important. Means that ploughing and kneading the soil in a water. So this is the standard land preparation for paddy. So the conceptual definition based question and the percentage numerical value based questions here you can expect. Okay, so from the IBPS angles, the TSS percentage and the puddling definition or the direct answer questions and ratooning appeared in 2021 and this can be shown in 2026 also. Okay, so here the sugarcane ripening indicator is given. As I have already told you, if it is less than 18, that is a lower TSS. In the early stage, if it is 18 to 20 means that is a perfect optimum stage for the ripening of the sugarcane. Perfect stage, okay? So that is a bricks value 18 to 20% of TSS. Okay, so that mainly tells the sugarcane is got ripened. And over ripened means more than 20. The quality will get completely reduced. Okay. And what is ratooning and all here it is given. The graphical or imaginary notes given here. Please practice direct facts and definition based questions so that from that you can get the more scores. Okay. So now we have completed high priority questions. So far we have discussed 6 subtopics which are very important. So please be focused on these topic and master these topic first. Okay. Then you can go to the medium priority based questions. Okay. Okay. Moving on to the next topic, that is medium priority topics were given in this slide. Okay. So once high priority questions which you have studied, you can come back and strengthen your base with these 6 priority, medium priority based subtopics. Okay. So together there are 19 questions which makes 24% of the subject. Okay. So let's see quickly topic by topic. The first one is tillage and conservation agriculture. So here the 4 questions have been asked from this part alone uh, from the previous question paper as we have decoded. So here what is zero tillage, minimum tillage, reduced tillage based on the crop residue you should know. That is very important. That is having the significant role here. So zero tillage means there will be no primary tillage. So the primary tillage cannot be happening here and the seeding will be directly sown in the crop stubble. That is what a zero tillage is known for. Okay, next comes the minimum tillage. Minimum tillage means under 30% residue will be left on the surface. Okay, that is called minimum tillage. Means that there will be very less soil disturbance, less than 30% residue remains on the surface. So less cost, less erosion and more moisture can be conserved here. Next comes the reduced tillage, means that some tillage is happening. About 15 to 30% of crop residues remain on the field that is left undisturbed. So it lies between conventional and minimum tillage. Okay, zero means there will be no plow, minimum means very little, reduced means moderate kind of thing. You can remember in that way. Okay, so from the IBPS angle, like the zero tillage question, the definition was asked in 2019 as well as in 2022, and also you can expect in the upcoming exam. Okay, next comes the cereals. So here cereals means the important varieties and the hybrids, you must be knowing about this. So from that area you can expect the questions. Okay, and also there will be the different depth for the wheat sowing respective of the different moisture condition. That also very important. So here Norine 10 means which is considered as the dwarfing gene, right? In Indian wheat. This Norine 10 is the famous dwarfing gene. So mainly derived from the wheat variety Norine 10, which limit the plant height because that is a dwarf plant, right? And this gene became the cornerstone of global green revolution. Okay, how? Because there will not be any crop lodging. So it can easily prevent the crop lodging under the heavy fertilizer use. That is very important. So height reduction will be there, and this will be the the cornerstone for the green revolution. That also we have to remember. And also we can use more fertilizer since they are not launching. They are not having the launching behavior. Launching means the falling over behavior. Next comes Jaya. What is Jaya? So Jaya is the high yielding rice variety bred from IR8 and T141. So the cross you should know. Jaya is a cross between IR8 and T141. And next comes the sowing depth of wheat. As I have already told you, it will be depending on the moist condition of the soil moisture. Okay, so here the wheat sowing depth guide is given. So please remember, moist means if there is a moist in the soil means 3 to 5 is enough. Okay, if there is a medium level moist means you can go extra 2 centimeter down, right? So 5 to 7. If there is a more than 7 means there should be the dry soil. The soil should be dry. Then only we should go for more than 7 to 10 centimeter. When from the IBPS angle, if you are thinking means Noreen 10, this can be asked, and this was already appeared in 2022 and 2025 questions back to back. There was this question appearing. And the critical stage is also very important when it comes to wheat. So critical stage, the most critical stage of wheat for water management is crown root initiation. That is also very important. But that is called the CRI stage. Okay, what is that? Crown root initiation usually occurs at 20 to 25 days after sowing. This is the absolutely most critical stage uh, when it comes to wheat. That is also the repeated question. Here I haven't given. Please note it down. That is CRI, that is crown root initiation. Next comes rice or paddy cultivation. Here, certain varieties and definitions are more important. Miracle variety, which is also known as IR8. Okay, this is the first high-yielding variety of rice developed from Indian Rice Research Institute, which is located at Philippines. Okay, the first high-yielding variety of rice is IR18, that is also known as miracle rice. Sorry, this is not Indian. This is the international, right? International Rice Research Institute. So miracle rice means this is actually semi-dwarf and high yielding. Mainly for the tropical irrigated lowland condition, it is adapted. Okay, and this is having the high yield, and also uh, this is the important thing. Mainly developed by IR. Okay, next comes the puddling. Puddling means that soil preparation for transplanting the paddy. Okay. And parboiling. Parboiling means that partial boiling before milling, right? That is called parboiling. Mainly to retain the nutrients. Okay. So basically, this is the hydrothermal process which involves three steps like soaking, steaming, and drying before milling. Okay. So here the entire nutrients will be locked from the bran layer and significantly reduces the grain breakage during milling. Okay, so the parboiling is mainly done to retain the nutrients and also helps to reduce the grain breakage during milling. Okay, that is also very important because during which process, the starch inside the grain will get gelatinized and the kernel will get hardened and also the nutrients will be retained from the bran. That is very important. So, three questions from the rice cultivation, the IR8, and what is purling and what is parboiling. These are all very important. And the fourth topic is oil seed crops. So here they can expect the content like how much composition it has and the most cultivated one like that. There was a questions and also from the Jatroba part they asked questions. So here the oil content of groundnut is 45 to 50% and this is the direct questions. So this was asked. So this is very important. 50% oil content is there in groundnut. And the most cultivated mustard in India is Brassica janecia, which is also known as Indian mustard. Okay. And the non-edible biodiesel crop is Jatropha guccus. So from the Jatropha, biodiesel is produced. That is also very important. So from the IBPS angle, the important points are taken from this part is the groundnut oil content. This was the direct question, and the Jatropha question. This was already appeared in 2014 and it can be likely to be appeared in 2026 also likely to return. And the current issue appeared in 2024 is tea processing now being tested. Means that from the exams you can expect the questions from tea processing also. Okay. So tea processing is a current issue here because they may ask questions from here also. Okay. There are six steps in the tea processing that you just refer. Weathering, rolling, and rolling, crushed tear, curl will be there under rolling, and fermentation, drying, shorting, packing. So there are certain stages, like six stages will be there under tea processing. Please refer. That is also in the trend now. Okay, let's move on to the fifth subtopic that is potato and vegetable crop. So here, curing temperature of potato 15 to 20 degrees Celsius for 2 weeks. What is curing? So in general, in potato, curing is done mainly to keep the freshly harvested potato tubers at high temperature, like at a certain warm temperature with the high humidity for 2 weeks. 10 to 14 weeks they will keep, so that the cuts, bruise or any skin damage is there means in the potato, that will get completely cured before storage. Okay. So why do we curing in potato means mainly to uh, elevate the wound healing. Okay. And also that we can reduce the storage rot. If we haven't done curing means there will be the chances for getting fungal and bacterial diseases and all. So we can prevent those diseases if we have done the curing process. Okay. So that is for the better quality also. 15 to 20 degree, that is very important, the temperature. Okay, next comes decoming means that cutting potato tops 15 days before harvest. So mainly it is done to obtain the quality seed tubers and also disease-free crop. Okay, so here how the process is done means it involves cutting or destroying green, that is above ground plant pots, that is haulms, right? Usually known as haulms, HAULMS. Before harvest, it will be cut. So mainly, to stop the diseases, because we can stop the virus and late blight from moving from the leaf to down, so that we can prevent the disease spread. Okay, and also helps to tough the outer skin so that potato do not get hurt easily when it is dung up. So that is usually being done just 15 days before harvest. And perishable potato variety that is unknown, please refer the regional list. So in general, like early maturing, first yearly potatoes or thin-skinned baby potatoes are the most perishable potato varieties. Okay, so unlike thick-skinned main crop, these potatoes have the high moisture and ultra thin skin. Okay, if the potato is having ultra thin skin means they are considered as the perishable one. Okay, so some of the varieties are there like Kufri, Chandramukhi, and Kufri varieties and all. That is for perishable one. So please refer the regional and variety name also. So from the IBPS angle, like the curing temperature as asked in 2022 and decoming, this kind of question was also asked in 2022, and TPS, that is true potato seed. TPS means that unlike traditional seed potatoes, which are actually tubers, right? So here TPS means that basically tiny seeds that develop inside the small or green berries of potato after the flower pollination. Okay, so this is also appeared in 2018, and epigeal hypogeal germination appeared in 2024. And please refer the crops for the example for the epigeal and hypogeal germination. So please refer, epigeal means like epigeal, hypogeal, both are two main ways where seeds grow into seedlings. Okay. So, based on the cotyledons and hypocotyl position and all. So, if the cotyledon are pushed up above the soil means that is epigeal germination. So, some kind of beans, castor beans, kind of things and all will come under epigeal germination. Hypogeal means that the cotyledons generally stay under the soil surface. That is called hypogeal. And also based on the high hypocotyl uh, like how it is working, you should refer. Okay, plus just refer and make the notes out of it. And the examples for hypogeal is peas, maize, rice and all. Okay, and next comes the sustainable and precision farming. Okay, here starts with the precision farming, means that variable inputs based on the site specific data. Okay, so this was also asked in 2024-25 questions, meaning that instead of giving same fertilizer, water to whole field, we use the different inputs like drones, satellite, GPS data and all. Okay, in order to increase the yield as well as we can save the cost also. That is what the precision farming is. Next comes organic farming compounds. There are three different things are there under this: composting, biofertilizer, crop rotation. Composting means here we will use the organic waste as the manure. That would be highly grateful. and highly helpful. And biofertilizers means that we use bacteria or fungi like rhizobium, acidobacters that can be used. Those are purely organic, right? Then crop rotation means we'll change the crop to maintain the soil fertility. So these are all the important components when it comes to organic farming. Next comes phytoremediation means using the phyto plant extract contaminants, like using the special plant, we basically clean the polluted soil. That is what phytoremediation. Using the plant, we are going to give the remedy for the polluted soil, so that here the plants will easily absorb the heavy metals or toxins. Okay. Example, sunflower. If you are planting the sunflower, it removes the lead. Okay, lead contamination in the soil, and mustard is basically removing the arsenic. Okay. From the IBPS angle, this precision farming and phytoremediation both appeared in 2024 as well as in 2025. And now, in the exam point of view, like you can expect the technology of sustainability based questions. Okay. And naming the cultivation local names or tested. Okay. Cultivation local names, just study. Cultivator local names means like zero budget, natural farming. What is that? ZBNF and all. Here it is mentioned. So that's all about medium priority topics. So here 6 subtopics have been discussed in detail. So please be thorough on this. So once the high priority topics were studied by you, focus on these topics, and this would be highly helpful for you to crack the exam. Okay. And you can expect the questions from this area also. So these are all the prediction only. Okay. Prediction based on the data from 2013 to 2025 previous year questions. Okay. So based on that, we have just decoded and we are telling you. And also we are telling the important content also. Okay. Please note it down. And next comes the last time revision questions. So here, basically, you should know what to study and what not to study, and what to study at last time. Okay. So here, agronomy has the largest skip list of any subject in this entire series, because agriculture textbooks are genuinely cover about 10 times more material than the exam has ever asked. So basically, you don't need to spend much time on these topics. We have a time you can spend. We are not telling you that you should not spend the time on this. We are telling, if you have a time, you can allot some time for this. At last time, if we have 15 or 20 minutes, means you just go through it. If you have 1 or 2 days, you have studied everything and you are free for 1 or 2 days, means you just go through these topics. Okay. So here the topics are agroclimatic zone, numbers and classifications. Uh, Actually, this was many times asked in AO exams. Okay, and here at last time you can have the study on this and detailed morphology and growth stages for everything, and the seed rate calculations and all. Then tillage draft force calculations and specific yield data per variety, how much yield and all. Okay. So the exam never asks yield statistics for the specific variety. It asks name and purpose only, right? And also the complex allopathy and rotation biochemistry. So just to take a screenshot or save it for your last time revision. So here comes the complete priority map for agronomy subject in one slide. The high priority subtopics were given in green color and medium priority in yellow, and the revised last in red. Each with its question count also particularly given, right? So pause this video here and take a screenshot, because this single slide is your entire agronomy revision plan at last time, right? So you can also keep it on your phone, and you can do the glancing at least a week before your exam. Okay, just to revise it. That would be highly helpful for you. And also, if you're studying something, means you should do revision. Without revision, we cannot keep everything in our mind, right? So revision is playing at most play are very important when it comes to exam. So that thing you should keep in your mind. And here is a 2026 prediction on this subject agronomy. Based on 12 years of previous year question patterns, this is the probability estimate, merely based on historical frequency, recency, and pattern gaps. Okay, so I cannot assure you this is a guarantee question. They are not guarantees because agronomy, this is the widest subject we cover. That will be the hardest one to predict with the confidence. So again, I'm telling you, this is not a guarantee question. This is kind of prediction only based on the previous year question paper frequency. Okay, so the high ratings were given on zero tillage, contingency cropping, may be asked, and the medium ratings were given on critical irrigation stages, tuning, and weed management, and the low priority was given on parboiling. Okay, so take a screenshot and revise at last minute. Okay, and also you should study. And we just predicted the questions may be rising from this part, but this is not a guarantee. I am telling you again. Let's quickly summarize this episode number 2, agronomy. So 67 questions were asked from 2013 to 2025 from this subject agronomy alone. And this subject has secured number 2 rank overall every year after animal husbandry, right? And we have discussed high priority, medium priority subtopics and all with content. Okay, so focus on these topics first. And also we have given the last time revisions questions. But from this part, no questions were asked till now. But if you have a time, you can just do the surface level reading on this. And our top 2026 prediction will be on zero tillage. This is merely the prediction. We are not giving you any assurance or guarantee on this. So this prediction is done mainly based on the previous year question paper analysis. Okay. So again, we are telling you that this is not a guarantee level question. This is the merely the prediction. And you can expect one question from the, some questions from policy level questions like agri policy budget level questions you can expect because this is having the rising trend. So please do watch agri budget. Okay. And also you must know the definitions first. So definitions level questions must be asked because this is having more significance than the calculation based questions. Okay. So far we have discussed the agronomy, animal husbandry. We had already uploaded the video in YouTube. If you haven't watched, please do watch. And now we have completed agronomy, that is episode number 2, decoded video. Okay. So the next video, we'll be moving on to the horticulture subject. Okay. So like that, we are having 10 episodes and we will complete within a week. So please do watch and subscribe our channel. And also, we are welcoming you to do the comment. If you have any doubts, don't feel bad to do a comment and we are ready to give you the answer. So thank you one and all.